So if you're working on a Bravo 3 and you're having a hard time getting this shift cable in and out, here's a quick easy trick. Because when you push this shift cable in, you always want to do it from the outside. When you push this shift cable in, it's going to hit the back of the motor. It's not going to want to bend because it wants to come out to the side on top of that exhaust Y that comes down into here. There's two of them. It's going to go over that, and it's going to make a big loop, and then it's come back to the top of the motor, to the shift bracket. Now, if you're having a hard time getting this thing in, what you want to do is you want to take this cable out. This is the shift cable that belongs inside of that actual housing. So, if you're lucky enough to have the old one, this is the internal cable. So what I do is I'll take here's the nice end. So what I'll do is I'll take the bad end that broke, it's cut, and I bend it so it makes kind of like a hook like that. It bends, curves off to the side. Then I'm going to fish this through, and when it hits the back of the motor, it's going to curve and it's going to go up right exactly where you want to. So fish this all the way in. Then you want to go inside and make sure that it's coming out in the right area. Then you come back here and you're going to thread this cable onto the wire. So this wire is going to be sticking out of this hole like that. You take your new cable with the other end first, thread it onto this wire through that hole, and kind of hold the wire. You're going to want to hold this end that's in there with one hand, and then you're going to want to push this wire down onto that wire. And it should, 9 times out of 10, it just follows that wire up and around over to the top of the exhaust, and you'll find it inside the boat, ready, perfect, easy to do. It takes you 2 seconds instead of trying to fish other stuff through there or trying to dig for the brass end with a pair of pliers. Really easy to do. Alright, so if you're replacing the shift cable on the Bravo 3, same thing with the Alpha drives as well. You're having a hard time getting this in. Once you put it into that hole, boom, hits the back of the motor. You can try a million different ways to try to go in there with needle nose pliers. Have someone out here pushing it while you're digging for it, looking for it, because it comes out. There's an exhaust Y that goes up to the risers, and wants to come out right on top of that, scoot out alongside the motor over top of the starter, wrap around the riser, and come back to the top of the engine. So if you're by yourself and you want to do this the easy way, it's easier than doing it with 2 people even. Get your new cable, make sure that you put your boot on first. Put your boot on from the inside part of the cable, and then slide it on up. Get some nice grease and slide it on up. Just let it sit, you know, right about there, wherever you want to put it. Out of the old cable, the old broken cable that you got, pull your end off, or pull your wire out of it. Give it a little bit of a bend so it has a nice arch to it. Then you're going to feed it in. So that arch is going this way. You're going to feed it in. It's going to glance right off the block of the engine. Then you go on up over to the side. Now it's going that way. Then you take your cable. Cable over there. Push your cable in. It's going to follow the curve of that wire. I'm going to go upstairs real quick and make sure that wire is good. If you see, there's my wire. Came out right above the exhaust Y. This elbow is down pipe for the exhaust. Came right above and out the corner here. That's what you're looking for. There's a starter. There's a bell housing or a flywheel housing. And here's a shift cable inner wire that I pushed through the hole. Put a little bend on it. So now that it's going this way, it's gonna be real easy for my other cable to follow it. Oops, I should have let it go on top of the nut. Okay. Oh. Boom. Look at that. Skips right past the engine block. Goes up in this side. Super easy. I'm sure Mercury may even make a tool or something for that. But this literally takes 5 minutes. And look at that. Here's my cable. Coming right out where I should. Now I'm just going to take this part, this old inner wire, and rip that out. See, now the cable's in. Slide your boot down, put your hose clamp on there, put the other C clamp around that bitch, and you're good to go. The shift cable literally takes 10 minutes to install. And you can charge shit fucking 4 hours for this if you really wanted to. If you wanted to rape the customer for some reason. But yep, all done.